Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. Monday morning, it's cooled down, thank God. We had an oppressively hot weekend where it hit 40 degrees yesterday. A very, very warm spring day. And we've got a bit of a southerly just coming through just to cool things down and give us some respite. So once again, we're experiencing this magnificent view from Circular Quay, and we'll go on a walk and talk. And I want to chat to you about a book summary today, and the book is entitled The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. So let's just head off and just see where this one here takes us. So what I'll do is I'll just click through the 15 laws and just chat about them as we're going, and help supplement our day and get us through Monday morning, because many of us suffer Mondayitis. But Monday can also be an empowering day. It's the start of the work week, and it's key to get off to a good start and welcome Monday, because if you sit and think about it, Monday is a day in your life, and if you don't look forward to Mondays, then you're basically giving up on 1/7 of your life. So we live moment by moment, and we're going to make the most of each and every moment. Anyway, let's go through the 15 laws, and law number 1 is intentionality. So it basically suggests that you need to know yourself, you need to be aware of yourself, but growth just doesn't happen by chance. You've got to engage it, you've got to be part of it, you've got to welcome it, and take that first step. So there needs to be an intention for you to grow. You need to surrender yourself to growth, otherwise you'll remain a pygmy and a pot plant version of yourself and never get to grow to be who you're destined to be. The next point from this book is the law of awareness. So you need to basically be aware of yourself, your surroundings, and be attentive. You just can't expect to grow in the direction that you want to grow in a deliberate way by not being aware. So you need to know yourself, and those famous words were echoed by Socrates over 2,500 years ago, and those words actually are etched into the treasury there at Delphi. There's some treasuries. Delphi was considered to be the navel of the world, the centre of the world, and people would dedicate to the gods and build sanctuaries, and one of the sanctuaries there has the words "Know thyself" etched into the architecture. The third law is the mirror, the law of mirroring. And the point here that the author makes is that you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others. You need to be comparing yourself to yourself. You need to create your own baseline. In other words, this is where I am today, and determine where you want to be in future. And then by all means benchmark yourself to leaders in your class or in your field, but you need to be comparing yourself to yourself and growing incrementally, and focusing on your own game as opposed to wasting your time worrying about what other people are doing. The key is for you to grow and develop based on where you are and what steps you need to take. The next law is called the law of reflection, And the law of reflection means that in order to grow and develop, on occasion you need to pause. You need to pause, you need to take a breath, and you basically need to allow yourself to catch up to yourself. So reflection is important, and to ask yourself the question, how am I going? How did I get here? What do I need to do next? What did I learn from this? There we go. I always love coming here and enjoying this little view. Then the next law is called the law of consistency. And as they say, and it's a powerful saying, that motivation gets you going. Motivation gets you going, but it's discipline and your habits that keep you going. So you need to be consistent. Whatever you do, you need to apply it consistently so that you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then you can assess the effectiveness, the efficacy of what you're doing, and know whether or not you're on track or on track. The next law is the law of environment. So you need to be in an environment which is conducive and will nurture growth and success. So you need to be hanging out with people who are going to help you grow and develop, or facilitate growth and development in you, and definitely try and steer clear of people who are trying to tear you down or trying to undermine you or cause you challenges. I don't mean challenges are bad, but people who go out of their way just to slow you down or trip you up. And if you're head of your class, if you're head of your team, then you're probably in the wrong class. You need to be hanging out with people who are going to bend and stretch you and allow you to grow and develop. The next law is the law of design. I love this one here. And basically the author says that unless you're living your plan and your dream, you're going to end up, if you're not careful, living somebody else's plan and dream, or being part of somebody else's plan, and then you're going to look back and say, shit, how come I helped them do what they wanted to do in their lives, but I never ended up getting what I was destined to get in my life. So be very, very careful that you live your life, you play your game, and you enjoy your outcomes. The next law is the law of pain. So the author here, once again, makes us aware that you need to embrace pain, suffering, rejection, and all of those things which are part of growth, because growth is all about learning outside your comfort zone. So you're always going to be feeling uncomfortable, but to learn to enjoy it and to be like Maxwell Smart and to say those famous words, and loving it. And loving it. The next one is the law of the ladder, which is you need to understand that growth is incremental. You need to take small steps, but in the right direction. And you need to focus on growing your character and being a stronger character, a more reliable character, and to do whatever you have to do to be an honest character, so that you feel good about yourself and others feel good about you around you. The next law is the law of the rubber band. And it makes a very good point here. I've never quite thought of it quite this way. But he says that only a mediocre person is always at their best. How good is that? Only somebody who's mediocre is always at their best. So what he's saying is that you need to stretch yourself all the time, and by stretching yourself, you're putting yourself at risk of failure, but failure is part of the growth plan. You need to fail in order to grow, just like when you're building muscle. You need to tear the muscle, you need to damage the muscle in order for it to build and become stronger. So be like a rubber band, always stretching, always leaning outside your comfort zone, and it's only by adopting that discipline that you're going to be able to master growth. The next law that they talk about in the book is the law of trade-offs. You need to give up to grow up. You need to focus on the things that are going to enable you to grow, and sometimes it means swapping out things which are comfortable, things that are fun, in order to achieve your goal and your dreams. So a lot of people don't want to pay that price, and that's fair enough. You don't have to pay the price, but if you want to grow, you need to learn that you have to understand that there's a trade-off between what you have and what you want in the future. Bit of a breeze happening here. It's nice and refreshing. The next law, 4 more to go, is the law of curiosity. You always need to ask the question why, and to be curious. I think one of the best things, the best pieces of advice that you could ever give anybody is to maintain your childish curiosity and not to give up, not to become stale and just to be set in your ways and accept things, but to always try and ask the question why. Because once you ask the question why, then you've got a better understanding of what motivates yourself and others to do what they do. The next law is the law of modeling. So you need to have a mentor, you need to have a coach, you need to have somebody who's done what you want to do before and have achieved what things you want to be able to achieve, and then to mirror and to copy them and to try and understand the mindset that they have, which has gotten them to where they are. And if you can understand all of that and model it emotionally, spiritually, physically and mentally, then you're well on your way to achieving similar sort of goals. But you need to do the work. You need to understand what's needed in order to get there, what the steps are, the steps in the sand, because everybody, wherever they go, leaves a trail. And the second last one here, or the last one here, is the law of contribution. So in order to grow, you need to add value, but you need to also grow others. You need to be a person, so a great leader is a person who is there to serve others. And they're not there to serve their own interests, they're there to serve others and help others around them grow, develop, stand on shoulders and become the best versions they can of themselves. And you always got to remember, and this is a very powerful concept as well to finish off with, that you can only give what you got. So a smart person will give up as many things early in life to develop skills, to develop capabilities, to become a leader in their field, because it takes a lot of effort, a lot of focused effort. But once you put in that effort and achieve outstanding outcomes and become a leader in your field, then and only then your cup can overflow and you can be so much more productive in terms of your network, your knowledge, your energy levels, that you can then help others around you to reach for the stars and to get to the stars, because it's only when you become a better version of yourself, it's only when you become bigger, stronger, smarter and more effective that you can help the others around you get a leg up and reach their potential. So that's basically it. A wonderful book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. He's also written a few other books, which I'll go through as well. There's a book, I think it's the 25 Laws of Leadership, and he's also got a book on the, I forget how many numbers, but the immutable laws of marketing. So what I'll do is I'll cover those books over the next few days, so that we've done a series on John Maxwell. So once again, it's something which will give us something to think about, something to start the week, something to help us focus. And that's it for me for today. So thank you very much for joining me once again on this journey of discovery and of shared experiences. And let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. Morning, Justin. Take care, mate. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, let's take some of these growth laws on board and continue our quest for growth, development, so that we can get the most out of our lives, and more importantly than us getting the most out of our lives, for our partners, our children, grandchildren, friends, family, work peers, to be in a position to help them also get the taste of growth and success and to enjoy their lives. Because as we've said time and time again, we're here for a purpose, and that purpose is not necessarily about us, but about being part of other people's growth, development and life. Yasas, take care, sasaga pao. Kisses to everybody, and enjoy your Monday, because Monday is 1/7 of your life. Take care, and until we chat again, this is James or Jim from Jim's 5am Club, and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow from a different location with a different message. Bye for now.